Hey, you guys, what's up? This is Nimdas, and yeah, I just want to talk about something. Well, it's late at night, so I couldn't get the really good view. But the thing is, like, I know the lighting is bad, but I hope the message is clear. I just want to talk about the miracle of water fasting. So, let me explain to you what's been going on, right? The miracle of fasting, rather. I finished a 14-day fast. Um, and I lost 10 kilos. And after that, I probably two of them were water weight, and then the 8 kilos are really gone. And because I started when I came to Goa from Bangalore, I was around 123 kilos, and that's around 270 pounds. And that was on the 4th of October. And today is the 2nd of December, and I am around 110 kilos after eating meals for 2 days. Because the thing is that, so basically, I've lost around um, 15 kilos or 30 pounds by water fasting. But it would be really unfair of me to say that that is the main advantage of water fasting. Well, honestly, as a fat person who just had an addiction to food, you know like I really couldn't I really it's really terrible to be that heavy. And I know that if you're watching this, then it's you're probably, maybe fat is one of your concerns, or maybe it's just general health. But I tell you, like, I just ate a big meal now, and I'm gonna fast for another 14 days on water. I might have coffee or tea in the morning, like black coffee or with a tiny little bit of ghee or something like that. And then electrolytes, a daily multivitamin, maybe some magnesium once in a few days. Basically, predominantly water with some supplements, and mostly non caloric stuff. And I tell you something, it's probably one of the greatest things that I've done in my life. And so I want to explain to you step by step about how to approach this thing. Everything that I learned about water fasting, I learned from this amazing audiobook that I got from Dr. Jason Fung called The Complete Guide to Water Fasting. And I got it from Audible. And no, I'm not a paid advertisement. I'm just a human being talking his experience. So what happened was that I tried it in my dad's house because my dad was eating while I was fasting, and we lived in the same house in the city. And it didn't work because the thing is that the smells and the sights of the food were. I mean, I could push it to 3 days, but the thing is, the first 3 days are really hard. The body is food is especially modern food, with the carbohydrates, with the refined things, with the oils and everything. It's an addiction. It's like drugs basically. And I was heading down very clearly to a path of diabetes and a life of discomfort. But I'm 100% sure that I'm going to be a very healthy and skinny individual now that I've discovered the secret of water fasting. And I tell you, it's so unbelievably beautiful. So before this, I did things like juice fasting. Now, the problem with juice fasting is that it's great for you, but the preparation and the amount of money that it costs is crazy. Water fasting is practically free. So let me explain to you, first of all, number one, the benefits of what I experienced. So, other than the obvious weight loss, I could reduce. I mean, I would never recommend that you do this, but I was prescribed 10 mg of diazepam for an anxiety disorder. The water fasting helped me somehow get neurogenesis, and as in like recreate new brain cells. And now I take just a quarter mg of it. I mean, I'm not like 2.5 mg of it. Please do not do this without consulting your doctor. For me, I've just been doing it for a long time, so I've reduced my medication. And whenever I eat with no guilt, in the sense that I don't fast for more than 14 days to avoid complications with refeeding syndrome. But let me explain to you what my 14-day water fast was like. I got to be very honest with you, it wasn't easy. especially the first 4 to 5 days. It's because I've been so addicted to food, and I eat all the wrong foods in the sense that I just eat this fried, spicy stuff a lot, and I love bread and anything with starch. So this is what I used to eat, and I gained too much weight, and I used to eat 6, 7 meals a day, and I was always eating basically. And it was funny because when I had to quit smoking, I just stopped smoking and suffered for a few days. And then after some time, the suffering was gone, and now I feel a lot healthier. So when I had to quit drinking, like in the beginning, I just stopped, and now I have a drink once in a month or twice in a month, and I'm fine with it. But with food, it always felt so unfair that you could never stop food, but then it turns out that you can. I highly recommend Dr. Jay Fung's channel. It's free on YouTube. He has amazing techniques, and his research is incredible. And basically, day one was okay when I was fasting. Obviously, I was thinking about food a lot, but the thing is, I live alone, away from people, so that's really helpful. Day two was quite intense. People told me by day three the hunger will go away. But by day three, the hunger didn't go away. It just kept there. And then there's always a thought on the edge of your precipice, like the edge of your mind that says, hey, you know what? Like, just break the fast, and and there's a lot of different like psychological deceptions take place, which will try to prohibit you. One of the main things is, I'll do it another time, or this has been long enough. Well, I'm not going to tell you how long to do your fast. That you need to decide based on how important it is for you to do it, because on some places, like some medical emergencies, people need to fast for a month, like I don't know, whatever. And then for some, if they just want, you can fast for 16 hours a day. So that whole thing, that's not what I'm going to tell you. I'm just explaining my on day 4 of my water fast. It still wasn't as bad as day 2 or 3, but it was really like, I was really sad and I had no energy to do anything. But after 120 hours, after 5 days, something just happened, like a switch just turned on in my system. Um, I think it's what everyone calls pure ketosis, because my body started utilizing my stored food, which is basically the fat that I've been saving for decades. I have quite a lot left. I have around maybe 30 kilos more to lose, but before I reach my ideal skinny weight, and then I can build muscle or whatever. But basically, yeah, just from day 5 to day 11 or 12, I was unstoppable. Like, I forgot about food. I made so much music. I was constantly studying stuff. My intellect was so empowered. I felt like I was reborn. And I was even able to exercise and stuff like that. I was able to every day. I was singing because I like to sing. I have a guitar, and I sing mantras and different kinds of stuff. But this is something that I highly recommend while fasting as well. By around day 13 or 14, I started feeling a little sick. And that's when, sick in the sense I was feeling nauseous and weird. And that's when I decided to stop my fast. But I've researched from a lot of different places that feeling hungry is okay, but feeling sick is a problem. So when I start to feel sick, that's when I stop the fast. So now I ate my last big meal. I had a couple of big meals today. So that's going to give the body a lot of stuff to process over the next few days. And I'm basically going to just live on water, electrolytes, sometimes a little bit of pink salt. And you can research it, lemon, sometimes sparkling water, coffee in the mornings, but not with milk, probably with a little bit of ghee or butter so that it doesn't burn the intestines, or tea. Let me see if I can just switch to tea. As much as I really love coffee, I want to make this fast a little bit purer, because the last time it was more haphazard. So, but I tell you something, at the end of, if you are somebody who's water fasting, I recommend that you wait for the first thing, you need to consult with your doctor, and research online, because a lot of doctors are paid not to tell you about these things, because the thing is, if the body can heal itself, then the medical industry will not, like, sort of, there are a lot of good doctors who can tell you what to do as well, but it's not something that's promoted or advertised. And they've made it like as if it's a bad thing. I didn't feel any hunger after day 5. I felt super amazing. There were times when I was really tired, as in I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get up. I couldn't like work. So when I couldn't do anything, I just lie down and listen to an audiobook or watch some funny stuff on Netflix, just anything. And the hunger pangs are very real in the first few days. And when the hunger pangs come, the mantra that I told myself was, not today, not today. Because the thing is that it's kind of like a craving, and it lasts for 15 minutes. Your whole body just wants to have some food. And but if you have a lot of fat on your body, then it's a psychological thing. It's not, because the body train is it moves to absorbing its own fat for energy. And it's amazing how much energy you'll have after 5 days. I can't explain it. And it's probably the best for me. It's the only way to lose weight, because I've tried a lot of other things. I've tried working out, I've tried going to the gym, I've tried to have a carb free lifestyle, but it just doesn't. I'm just gonna have to be like, when I eat, I'll eat whatever I want, but I don't eat ice creams and drink excessive amounts of sugar and like all that stuff. But I like to eat meat. I like to eat chicken. I like to eat whatever I want to eat. I want to have carbohydrates when I eat. But when I don't eat, I don't eat. And the best part is, after I finished the 14-day fast, I gently broke it with like I mean, the ideal thing would have been to just start with soup or whatever, but then I had bone broth, which is also something that you need to look into, because it's really important to have collagen and phosphorus and things like that for the body. But yeah, there are fasting coaches right now, and like I said, Jason Fung is my fasting guru. Like I love him, and he clarified all my doubts. So I'm 10 kilos down now. I'm going to lose another 10, because my birthday is on the 24th of February. It's the 2nd of December now. I'm 110 kilos. By the time it's the 24th of February, I want to be like at least 40, 45 pounds lesser. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. And so far, water weight is the water fasting is the only thing that really works. And there's a lot of, so after I finished the 14-day fast, I did something else, right? Which is, I started fasting again, this time for 4 days. You know what the crazy thing is? I finished the 14-day fast. I ate for 3 or 4 days. I even drank a few beers or whatever, because I don't like to hold myself back, when I'm doing these things. And I started fasting again, and I felt no hunger on day 1, no hunger on day 2, no hunger on day 3, no hunger on day 4. And it was, I didn't want to, like, I could have continued to fast, but then, the two reasons why I broke the fast was because, first of all, I felt like I wasn't losing any weight, and then I understood that it was because of constipation and I hadn't consumed any fiber. And then, second of all, my friend opened his like venue yesterday, and then this venue was like, it's a really beautiful place, and they were having dinner and having like a party, and I didn't want to go there fasting. So I went to the party, I had my dinner, I had my few beers, but now I'm back into, and then it's a powerful spiritual practice. Whatever your path is, whether you're, whether you're into religion or whether you're into some form of spirituality, like something happens. And this is why the ancient yogis and the ancient, like people from all cultures in the world, have used fasting to heal themselves and to commune with God and just commune with spirit. God is a complicated word, but anyway, it's just yeah, just it's amazing. I'm doing it again. I'm starting now. I'm going to post this on a few of the water fasting groups. And I highly, highly, highly recommend. I use these apps. And there's also a list on one of the water fasting groups in Facebook about all the different things that happen to you. But it's always good to stay in connection with someone who has medical knowledge and just do it safe. But I highly recommend it if you are somebody who's watching this, who's overweight. it's the easiest way to lose weight, because I tell you, dieting is hard, you know. So with water fasting, it's just like quitting smoking. You just quit food. You suffer immensely for about 3 or 4 days, and you need to expect the suffering. And that's how. And the thing is, you know what? It's not that bad. It's just so this is the philosophy of water fasting that I understood. The number of benefits that it has to it avoids you can avoid cancers with it. You don't get diabetes if you're skinny, and your cholesterol gets like normal. Your liver functions get normal. Your body just heals itself. The universe and life just heals the body. And this where there's a lot of research that's available. It's not publicized or marketed because it's not good for the food industry. But the thing is that there's a lot of research available about its miracles, and I highly recommend singing. I don't know what it is, but it was like every time I got really hungry, I would pick up the guitar and play a song or something like that. Or even if you don't know how to play an instrument, just sing along with music. Music was a very integral part of it, and by around day 6 or day 7, I had done so much work. I can't believe how much I got accomplished at that time. I'm on Spotify. I'm on iTunes. I released my old CD, and I just so much energy. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. And every time the hunger pang comes, I just tell myself, not today. I have so much confidence in my water fast now. I'm going to fast again I've aimed for 333 hours. That's a little bit over 14 days, And this is a healthy time for me because again, this is not medical advice. This is just my experience. But it's magic. It's miraculous. By day 7, you go out and people are complimenting you about, your skin looking clear and you're looking thin. And if you're fat, it sucks to be fat. I mean, I have to say it. Like, I mean, I have to say it on behalf of myself and a lot of my friends who are also overweight like me, and they don't understand. Okay, so the obesity code, again written by Jason Fung, explains why people get fat, and the complete guide to fasting explains how to just get out of it. And I really love it. Like I feel my creativity is really at an all-time high, and I feel very alive, and I feel like my understanding of like my depression is lifted to a very large extent. And I think also because the fat carries so many toxins, it's like because I come from I used to eat a lot of crap food and drink booze and take substances and things like that back in the day. But now it's like all that stuff kind of purges. So you have to kind of consider it as a spiritual process. But it's amazing that you step on this scale. And I don't recommend that you step on the scale every day because then it becomes a psychological obsession, although I did it. But you lose so much weight. And like I used to have these problems with my prostrate. I used to have problems with these boils breaking out, in places, with my skin looking dull. I used to have problems with so much stuff. So to answer all the other technical questions like will I lose muscle and all of those things and this and that and this and that and how long should I fast? So please like just check out Dr. Jason Fung's channel. I'm super grateful to him because without this individual's extraordinary research, I don't think I would have been able to do this because the thing is, I'm an intellectual as well. I need somebody who's also an intellectual to explain to me these things because if somebody doesn't provide me the science behind it, then I'm not going to be able to do it. And Dr. Jason Fung provided the science behind it. And it's super amazing. And there's no game for him. He isn't marketing any brand other than, just what he genuinely means well. Because a lot of people on the internet, like, when they're trying to I mean, he obviously appreciates if you bought his book, but that's not like he's a very amazing, doctor. Anyway, so this is just that. And I'm fasting again. And right now I am 110 kilos. I don't know how much that is exactly in pounds, but I'll make a video again on my 14th day when I finish the fast. I have a lot of work, so I won't be able to do a daily video. But this is what I have to say. If you're somebody who's trying to fast, understand that it's worth it, and remember the mantra to food. The food is always going to be there, and then when you finally eat food after so long, it's only the craving which is making such a big deal. Once you eat the food and your stomach is full, you're like, was it really worth it? It was just like I could have gone on fasting, because you're always going to have that delicious food that your mind is craving. But don't break your fast just like that, you know? And check out Dr. Jason Fung's channel. Anyway, my name is Deemdas, and I have a lot of yeah, I have some books that I've written. It's down there, you know, about in the descriptions link, and I also have a Patreon just in case. Anyway, but that's like, forget enough about me. Just I just hope the world, because we need actual medicine, and there's nothing I haven't experienced a more potent medicine for spiritual and physical healing than water fasting. It's unbelievable that this is kept so taboo. It's yeah, so that's about that. Thank you very much. I highly, highly recommend it. Totally do it, you know. And yeah, just hit subscribe to the channel if you like my flow. I do a lot of music videos and stuff, and that's about it. Thank you, and namaste from India, and wishing you the best of health and well being.